There has been something going around the last few days on social media that I've been wanting to address, but I wanted to wait to make sure I could do it in a positive, enlightening manner that would bring about a lesson that could be learned from it, and that is this whole eating Tide Pods business. Now, we've all seen the memes and the jokes on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot making fun of it, and that's all well and good. But in all seriousness, in the end, the takeaway lesson that I came out with from it all is this. We are all role models to someone, to some extent, whether it's to younger family members, friends, co-workers, whatever. And therefore, as such, we are responsible for our actions, what we choose to participate in, and what we choose to promote. All the more for those of us in leadership, whether you're an inspirational speaker like myself, if you're a YouTuber, if you're a teacher, if you're a pastor, whatever role of leadership you are in, you are all the more accountable for your actions and what you choose to participate and promote. Therefore, we must be all the more diligent to be careful to use wisdom and common sense in everything we do. Now, I'm not going to say that you're never going to mess up. We're human. Everyone is human. Everyone messes up. But when you do, take accountability for your mistake. Admit you were wrong. Tell them something like, hey, look, I'm sorry. I'm disappointed in myself for participating in this challenge. I should not have done this. I realize that by participating in it, I encourage you guys to do the same. This was irresponsible of me, and I'm sorry. And there's nothing wrong with that. When you make a mistake, own it. Admit you were wrong and move on and do better in the future. That's all part of being human. But in the end, remember, we are role models. Everyone's a role model. And therefore, we must always be diligent in how we choose to conduct ourselves and what we choose to participate in. And I'm not just talking about the Tide Pod incident. That goes across the board. If you, as a role model, especially if you're in leadership, choose to get drunk all the time, you by nature are then encouraging others to do likewise. We are to live responsible, guarded lives. I'm not saying don't go out and have a drink and have fun. But remember, people are watching. People are seeing if you really live out what you say you do. If you're really living in demonstration by your life what is coming out of your mouth. If you are talking about ways to help people succeed but you're not following what you teach. For instance, if I stand here on my every day giving these videos to you, telling you what I've learned, but I'm not walking out what I'm teaching, then what I'm teaching you means nothing. Why should you listen to me? But if I do my very dead level best to walk out what I say I believe and what I'm sharing with you guys, then I'm someone to listen to. I'm not going to say I'm not going to mess up because I'm human. And that goes for all of you. If you say you believe one thing or you say you live one way, but then you demonstrate that you don't, you become invalid. So you need to be on guard about your behavior and what you choose to participate in. And whereas people can see that as a negative thing, it is also a positive thing. Because when you live out what you say you believe, then you really are a hope and an encouragement to those around you. That it really can be done. You can be a living demonstration that you can live out these principles and succeed. That said, it can also be used for the negative that, look what the world sees. How many mighty leaders have fallen because they gave into irresponsible behavior? Therefore, personal development is key to constantly growing and overcoming our weaknesses. You always have weaknesses, but that's no excuse not to continue growing and learning from every mistake made. It's been said, an error is not a mistake until you refuse to correct it. So let's take this whole incident and bring out the good that can be brought out of it. A good reminder of how we need to be responsible for our actions and accountable for our behaviors, and to always admit when you're wrong. And then, instead of using it to attack and make fun of and make it a big joke, we can learn this important lesson and grow as individuals and constantly learn to be on guard to what we choose to participate in, what we choose to promote, and what we say we believe, and being careful to live that out. And you all have a wonderful day, and may God richly bless you all.